Hi everyone, and welcome to the .Fit CarbRepel, which is considered a specialty weight loss supplement. In other words, beyond the multivitamin, protein, or meal replacements. If you've completed our .Fit certification, you already know our position on supplements for weight loss. Starting with the fact there are very few supplements beyond protein and meal replacements that can make a difference or work as claimed. And second, the whole purpose of using them for weight loss is to help a user get over the diet hump, if you will, by the supplement making the journey easier or more comfortable, faster or healthier. Let's face it, easier, faster results equal higher motivation. But more importantly, supplementing can make the journey healthier by filling gaps and preserving lean body mass. If you missed all that, make sure you go back to the .Fit weight loss bundle video for our full position and science behind using properly formulated supplements to support faster and healthier weight loss. So, the goal of supplements for weight loss is to assist the user in complying with a daily routine that leads to weight reduction and/or its maintenance. And all of you should know that any of the .Fit specialty weight loss supplements, as with all our formulas in the practitioner product line, have been used safely and effectively by thousands of sport and fitness professionals with literally millions of clients. So, if we make it, there's a reason, and that's because it will make a difference. But that also brings us to another note on specialty weight loss supplements. And that's, unlike the regular use of meal replacements, which can use successfully throughout life as an adjunct to traditional daily food planning, the dieter would cease specialized weight loss supplementation once the weight goal is reached or when they have established a daily routine which allows continual progress or their maintenance without specialty supplement support. And a final note on our position on specialty supplements for weight loss is that the formula must have safely demonstrated the potential to act in one or more of the following ways, and all compared to a non-supplemented state. So, one way, help create and maintain a calorie deficit by increasing daily expenditure. In other words, bump your metabolism. Another way, protect lean body mass during energy restriction, which of course would otherwise lower metabolism. A third way, raise energy levels that might make the user more active throughout the day so they burn more calories. And then finally, reduce the drive to eat so they consume less food to support appetite so you're not so miserable, because we're all miserable when dieting. And one more mechanism of action would be to decrease calorie absorption. So a few of the calories you eat don't count, but you think you got them. And on that note, a perfect segue into CarbRepel, because that's what it does. Just what it says. Blocks a little of the carbohydrate you ingest from being absorbed, so it's a pass-through. If you don't absorb them, the calories were free. In other words, zero. Before we get carried away here, there's no free lunch. Yes, it works, but only blocks a percentage of your carbohydrate intake, and probably to the tune of 10 to 20%, which is very significant from a calorie perspective over time. Let's have a quick look at CarbRepel, starting with the goal. The goal is to reduce a significant percentage of carbohydrate calorie absorption to help maintain or accelerate weight loss, especially in people who tend to crave or overeat carbohydrates. CarbRepel also can be used sporadically based on days when carbohydrate intake may be unnecessarily high to help maintain or help weight from rising. Compared to a non-supplemented state, proper use of CarbRepel would allow greater ingestion of carbohydrate calories but limit absorption, which might mitigate the normal stresses and appetite struggles of weight control. The rationale for a product designed as such is because all humans have a natural craving for carbohydrates because they're made up of sugars, including natural sugars, such as found in milk, fruits, and whole grains, and are very important energy sources, and therefore evolution created a natural human craving for them. To severely limit or avoid carbohydrate is not natural and therefore leads to greater cravings. And anyone that's gone on a low carbohydrate diet, and I certainly did during all my bodybuilding days and getting ready for competition, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Your craving for sweetness goes through the roof. You crave sweets, breads, all kinds of things you never even liked before. So The point is that you don't have to avoid all carbohydrate when dieting. By including some, and of course good ones, you can help mitigate the cravings as you lose weight, because carbohydrates have their own targets in the brain to slow your eating. Therefore, by making some carbohydrate part of your caloric allotment for weight control and using CarbRepel, we get to chew the carbs, swallow, and they enter our stomachs and intestines, so we get the satisfaction of ingestion, and while some enters the body as needed, some is blocked, thus limiting the total calories the body actually gets. In a sense, we're tricking the brain. Again, this is not a free lunch, but studies do show CarbRepel, to block a significant portion, leading to greater weight loss and appetite control compared to placebo. CarbRepel contains a proprietary product called Phase 2, which is an extract from the common white bean Phaseolus vulgaris. Stay with me here. The alpha amylase enzyme in our guts is the enzyme that breaks down carbohydrates and allows them to be absorbed into your body. Phaseolus vulgaris produces an alpha amylase enzyme inhibitor. Aha! Now you get it. By blocking this enzyme's activities, you limit the body's ability to break down and absorb the carbohydrate. So some of the carbs get a pass-through. You know what that means? Straight through. Okay, your next question is, how much can it block? Well, let me say this. More importantly, does it make a difference in weight loss compared to placebo, and all else being equal? While there are 3 or 4 clinical trials that demonstrated significantly more weight loss with Phase 2 versus placebo, the best one was published in the Obesity Journal because it was not only longer term, but it also followed up with weight loss maintenance. And this was Grube et al. So in a randomized placebo-controlled study, they investigated the safety and efficacy of Phaseolus vulgaris, or Phase 2, on weight management in 2 phases. The first phase was the weight loss phase, in which they used a 500-calorie daily deficit and conducted the study over 12 weeks. The second phase was the weight maintenance phase, which lasted 24 weeks. Now here's the thing, with no diet restrictions, so it mimicked free living. As in other successful trials, the dosage was 1,000 milligrams taken 3 times daily before meals for both studies. At the end of the weight loss study, the Phase 2, or the Phaseolus vulgaris group, lost a mean amount of 6.4 pounds in body weight compared to only 2 pounds in the placebo group. Now the bigger piece, during the weight maintenance phase, 36 of the 49 subjects, so that's 73.5%, were able to maintain their weight, even without dietary restrictions. So that's huge, and about 10 times the national average of weight maintainers. Additionally, there were no safety issues for the combined period of 36 weeks. And finally, the participants during the weight loss phase reported no hunger differences during dieting compared to normal living, which probably explains the over 300% increase in weight loss compared to the placebo group. In other words, the Phase 2 group was sticking to the diet better than placebo. The authors concluded that Phaseolus vulgaris, aka Phase 2, is safe and effective for weight loss and maintenance, and a big reason why we considered it a viable option for fitness professionals to recommend to clients in need. Which brings us our final summary on typical use and potential beneficiaries. So CarbRepel is a non-stimulant fat loss and appetite aid for those who tend to enjoy and overeat carbohydrates. That's the obvious benefactor. But also, just anyone seeking to enhance body fat reduction without affecting the central nervous system through blocking a portion of ingested calories to help maintain a larger calorie deficit. And you would simply take 2 tablets twice daily, approximately 30 minutes before your largest carbohydrate-containing meals or snacks. And that's the hard part, remembering before the meal part. So I always suggest setting your phone alarm. That said, it still works if you take it when you eat, but probably not quite as well. And remember that you can discontinue after reaching your fat loss goal or when your lifestyle is now at a place where you can maintain desired progress without help. And of course, the product is very safe as well as effective for all healthy users. So there you have it, another effective tool for helping family and clients reach their goals and improve health. I want to remind all of you that there are very few specialty dietary supplements that can actually accelerate weight loss or simply just make it easier, such as CarbRepel and the other 2 that we incorporate, which of course is the weight loss and liver support product and ThermExcel. And therefore, you can be very sure if we recommend it, it works. And just as important, products like ours are far safer and often more effective than their more dangerous pharmaceutical counterparts. I'll see you in another session and hopefully in the field soon.